Hi, welcome to Genesis Engineers Academy. In this video, I am going to solve or how to find the moment of inertia of I section, particularly area moment of inertia. Okay, so this is the cross section, and you have to find out the moment of inertia of this I section. This I section is also called as in the market as girder. Okay, and this is also used for construction purpose of the mechanical components, and also the railway tracks are also having this cross section, but with a little modification. So this is I can consider as composite section. So in this composite section you have to divide that total cross section into different cross sections of known. So you have to know the shape of the thing you are making. So I have divided the upper one, so that is middle one, this is bottom one. So this is called as top flange. Okay, so the bottom one is called bottom flange. Okay, and the in between, which is connecting both the top flange and bottom flange, is called as web. So the dimensions of, sometimes the figure will not be given, but you have to arrange like that one. So the top flange size is 100 by 20, and web dimension is 20 by 100, and bottom flange is also 120 by 20. Okay, so by seeing the figure you can also assume that it is a symmetry about to y-axis. So in order, before that is finding the moment of inertia, so you have to find out the what is the moment of, that is the center of gravity. To find the center of gravity, first we have to calculate the areas and individual center of gravities. So as I said earlier, so this is the composite section of different, that is top flange, web and bottom flange. So you have to find out the center of gravity of top flange and web and bottom flange separately, and then unify all these things to have the composite center of gravity. Okay, so if you commit any mistake, if there is any mistake, your moment of inertia will be eventually comes out wrong. Okay, so you must be very clear about finding the moment, that is the center of gravity. Okay, now find the, I have divided this, the bottom one as 2 and the web as 2, bottom one as 1, web as 2, and top flange as 3. So you can name as per your requirement, and also you have to find out the dimensions of individual sections. So these are the section 1, section 2, section 3. Okay, so what are the values of these things? So before doing that, I have taken the bottommost body as my reference axis, and the leftest one is my y-axis. So this is needed to find out the anything of composite or anything. You have to have a common reference. Okay, so it is, this may be its center of gravity, this may be its center of gravity, this may be its center of gravity. So its center of gravity is from what distance? From x-axis or from y-axis? From x-axis, from y-axis, from x-axis, from x-axis. To find out that, first I have to calculate the area of the section 1. This is 120 into 20 So it is 2400 mm square. So all dimensions are given in mm. Next, area of section 2, that is 100 by 20, it is 2000. Area of section 3 is also 2000. And for using this one, you can add up all these things. A1 plus A2 plus A3 is equal to 6400 mm square. So that is okay. Next, so what you have to do? You have to take one reference. Okay. So from this you have to find out center of gravity as well as moment of inertia. Now center of gravity. So you first observe, I am talking about this one. So this is the section 1. So its coordinates are x1, y1. Its coordinates are x2, y2. Its coordinates are x3, y3. Okay. So this x3 is from this, from y-axis. x2 is from this axis. x1 is from this axis. y1 is this. This is y1 and this is y2 and this is that is y3. Next, how I got this one? x1. So x1 is from y-axis. So x1 is equal to, so this is section 1. So this section 1 in touch with the y-axis. So this is 0. That's why, so 0. I am following x, that is why this dimension is to be taken. This is 120 and the center of gravity of rectangular is by 2. So this is 0 plus 60 is equal to 60. So that is, and y1 the part is also in touch with the y-axis. So that is why it is 0 and I am going in this way. So in this way, what is the dimension? It is 20. So it is 20 by 2 is equal to 0 plus 10. It is 10. So it's that is first cross section coordinates are 60 and 10. Now section 2. I am going for section 2. So section 2 is this. Okay. So this is the center of gravity. Okay. From this. So this section starts from here. So this is in touch with the web is in touch with the bottom flange. So what is the distance here? So it is 20. So to find out y2, what I have to do? This is 20. So that is the distance here. And you understand. So what is the dimension here of this section is 100. So this is 100 by 2. 100 by 2 is 50 plus 20, it is 70. Okay. So from this dimension is at a distance of 50. Okay. So I can use also this one. So this is 60. Okay. So this is 60. So this line is also 60 and this part is 10. So this is 60 minus 10, it is 50. So I have taken 50. So this section starts from here. That is why I have taken 50 and I am going in this way. That is why the dimension in this way is 20. So it is 20 by 2. 20 by 2 is 10. So 10 plus 50, it is also again 60 and its coordinates are 60 and then 70. So its coordinates are 60, 10. Okay. And the section center of gravity of section 3. So this is the probably center of gravity. From this it is 10. Okay. From this it is 50. Okay. So this is 10, 50, 10. But this is from this body. Okay. Or from this. But you have to have the distance from this. So this section starts from this. This is 20. This is 100. So this section starts from 100 plus 20 it is 120 from x-axis, and this comes about as 10. You calculate because it is 50 and it is from this is 60, so it is 10. So that I have to take. So if I wanted to calculate x3, I have to add this one. x3 is 10 and I am going in this way. x3 means about y-axis. So this is x3. So x3 dimension is 100 by 2. So 100 by 2 is 50. 50 plus 10 is 60. Okay. Next, I am coming in this way. So it is y. It is 120. So how far it is? Okay. I will explain. What is that? So this is at this. Okay. So its dimensions are 100 and 20. So it is at a distance, okay, 120, and from this it is 10. Okay, now got my point. So you have to have like this one. So to calculate x3, I have added this. So I am coming in like this one, x3. So it is 100 by 2. It is 60. To find out the y3, so y3 is equal to 120. Why? Because it is from x-axis, it is 120, and the dimension in this way is 20. So it is 20 by 2, and it is 120 plus 10, it is 130 mm. So I have found the center of gravity of section 1 with reference to our axis. With reference to axis is 60. But its center of gravity, original center of gravity is 60, 10. You understand? Okay, this is okay. Why? Because it is in touch with the axis. And the original dimensions are, what is that? 10 and 100. But from the axis, it is 60, 70. See. So this is from the same reference line. Like that, this is also 130. So don't make any mistake. And I am not using that is a tabular formula, because that won't give much, that is, and it will give you confusion. At higher classes, you need to develop like this only. And for starting, so that tabular form may be okay. But for BTech, GATE, other exams, you need to have a separate paper, table, all these things. That is nonsense. Okay, now I wanted to have the center of gravity of the composite section, I section. What is that? I section. So all sections are added to have the I section. Okay, that is why these are all pluses are added. So x bar is the centroidal axis, that is centroid from the y axis, and x coordinate of the, that is x coordinate is from y axis, y coordinate is from x axis. So I have this one, a1 x1, a2 x2, a3 x3. So all are having 60. That is why it is symmetric, I can call, because all the sections having the same x coordinate as the composite section. I can say this I section is symmetry, or that is why symmetric about y axis or centroidal axis. So this is also this the line is passing through centroid, then it is also called as centroidal axis. Now on the same lines, I can also find out the y bar, that is y coordinate of the composite section. I am applying the same thing. So I found this as 66.25. So from this it is 66.25. From this it is 60. So the composite section center of gravity is 66.25. Okay, so the total length, if I observe, that is 20 plus 100, 20, 100 plus 20, it is 140. If it is symmetric, the center of gravity may be 70. But the upper part is having 120, but the lower part is 120, 20. So it is heavier. So the center of gravity moves a little bit. How much it is moving? 3.75. You understand? Okay. So if it is symmetric both sides, if this is also having the top flange is also as that of the bottom flange, so you can straight away find out what is this 67. No need to calculate all these things. You can simply write by symmetry. By symmetry, the center of gravity lies 67. You can skip off all these things. Okay, right. I hope you are following me. Next, to find the moment of inertia of the I section. So, first, moment of inertia of a rectangular section, that is B, D, is about B. It is, that is, if you go like this one, so that is BD cube by 12. If you go like this one, that is BB cube by 12. Okay, so to find out, suppose it is x-axis. Okay, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. How much it is? It is BD cube by 12, that is Ixx. Iyy is dV cube by 12. Okay, so that is okay. What happens if the section is away? That is En. Okay, so this is at a distance, suppose h1 and this is at distance h2. So this is B, this is D, and this is x-axis, this is y-axis. So Ix, x, I can also call like this one, or simply you can eliminate one thing. So this is Ixx. Ixx is not touching the reference axis. So first you have to find out, I am going about x-axis now, so that I have to go like this one. So that first dimension is B, so it is BD cube by 12. Since it is away from the reference axis, so I have to use parallel axis theorem. For parallel axis theorem, that is moment of inertia about x-axis is equal to moment of inertia about centroidal axis. So this is the formula for moment of inertia of rectangular section about its centroidal axis. Okay, BD cube by 12. So since it is away from, so this is away from, that is H2. So it is A into H2 whole square. Iyy is equal to, I am coming like this one. So the first dimension is B. So it is D. So it is dV cube by 12 plus A. A is the area of the third cross section, that is BD. Okay, into H1 square. Only to this, not 4. I hope you understood this one. So you observe this one. So don't make any mistakes. Okay, right? So this is, I will explain. So this is to explain the parallel axis theorem. Now, I will move on to this thing. So this is the individual centroidal lines. Okay, so these are individual and this is combined. Okay, so about this same thing for individual and composite. Why? And this is a little bit shifts down because it is heavier. Okay, now, so I is, this is moment of inertia about, that is centroidal axis, and this is area, and d square is d is the distance between, okay, distance between composite section, that is y minus y bar. That means if it is y1, it is y1, or 2, it is 2, or 3, it is 3. Okay, so the distance between y bar and individual section. Okay, like y1. So in this case it is y1 minus y bar whole square. Okay, so that we call it as centroidal distance. So I will explain. That is, this is the centroid of the whole section. This is the centroid of the individual section. So what is the distance between this? This I can call it as y1. This is the centroid of the individual section, and this is the whole section. What is this? This is y2. This is the centroid of the whole section, and this is this one. So what is the distance? This is y3. Okay, like that you can. So individually these are all same. Okay, now we move on to one thing, that is IYY. IYY means this is. Okay, so IYY is equal to I1Y, that is your formula, that is the distance. This total is called parallel axis theorem. This is section 2. So this is section 2 and this is section 3. I have added up to all the things. Why? Because it is a combination. Okay, now Y. This is I1. So I1 is equal to, what is that? IYY is equal to, I will apply, see how these are formed. So IYY. So I am following from this. So the dimension is here 20. That means it is like a D. So this is a B. So the moment of inertia about this is dB cube by dB cube means 20 into 120 cube by 12. So the students definitely make mistakes like this one. Okay, so this is a dB cube by 12, and the area is 120, and this already known to you. This is A1. Understand? Now the distance between this one. So original combined is this one, individual is also this one. That is why you can say write like this one, x1 minus x bar. x1 is 60, x bar is also 60. That is why it is 0. So you can omit this. The same thing happens for this one. Okay, next to the B section. So B section I am coming like this one. The dimension is 100. Here I am touching 100. So it is 100. That is, the other dimension is cube. That is 20 cube by 12. And this is also having the same concept. So this also comes about 0. Next one is I am coming like this one. So it is 20 into 100 cube. Okay, so I got this one. So on simplifying, I got like this one. So don't write full numbers. So you show with 2 or 3 digits before the decimal, and everything must be written like this one. So they don't have the time. So it is 46 or 134. Sometimes it is 10 square or 10 cube or 10 to minus 6 if it is mentioned in meter cube, meters. Okay, so don't show the full number like 4, 6, 1, 3, 4, 4, 1, 4, 5. I don't have time to verify. Okay, so that is about moment of inertia about y-axis. Got my point? Next, so this is moment of inertia about x-axis. Okay, so IXX, same thing. So this is section 1, and this is section 2, and this is section 3. So I am coming like this one. The first dimension is 120. So it is 120. I can write like this one, 120 into 20 cube by 12. And this is first dimension is 20. This is 20 into 100 cube by 12. And this is 100 into 20 cube by 12. Okay. And you have to add up the that is centroidal distance. So you observe this, right? So this is what I have written, and area into distance. centroidal distance and the centroid. You can write like y minus y bar or y bar minus y bar. You can write anything because it is square. So same result you are going to get. So it is 66.21. This you already got y1 and y2 and y3. I think it is 130, no? So it is I think this is 120, 130. It is not okay. So you verify that. So this value may be also varies. Okay, it's not 140. It is 130. So you have already known to you simply substitute these values. So this is 130. This is y3. This is y bar. Okay. So this is A1, A2. This is A3. Okay. So these are the moment of inertia about centroidal axis, and since the sections are away from the common reference, that is x and y. So this is how you have to apply the rules to find out the moment of inertia. Okay, so there are also shortcuts to find out, that I will let you know after some time. So you also try like T section, L section and then C section. Thank you for watching this video.